Well, hello again, folks. Now, you might have heard that I've got myself a diesel heater. It's been delivered. I've not really got a firm plan of what to do, but let's have a look in the box. Well, to start with, I've got a set of, well, it's not really instructions. It's, I think it's just instructions for the knob panel. Yeah, so I've got a knob panel. Now, it doesn't look particularly sophisticated, does it? Other people's diesel heaters I've seen on YouTube, they have a lovely panel with all sorts of fancy LED displays. I've got a knob. The next we've got obviously the fuel tank, and got something rattling around inside it. Oh, it's a bag of fixings, so yeah, that's good. Next I've got a cardboard box with all sorts of gubbins in it. Yeah, there's some nice flexible tubing. I guess that's duct for the heat. There's an outlet thing. I guess that's an outlet for the heat. Got a much smaller duct. Got a splendid plate thingy. Got a marvellous bag of cable ties, Jubilee clips, a plastic thingy. Yeah, splendid. And wires. Now, you've always got to have wires, haven't you? Everybody loves wires. Got this T-piece, so maybe you can have heat going in two different directions. That might be handy. Ah, this will be the knob panel. Yeah, my sophisticated controls. Yeah, on and off, and fan speed. Marvellous. Got some pipe. I assume that's a fill line. Got one of these. I'm guessing this is the fuel pump. This, I think, is the exhaust pipe. And this will be the silencer for the exhaust, I guess. I'll put all those bits back in there so we don't lose them, eh? Especially the knob panel. Don't want to lose me knob panel. Now, there's just this polystyrene box left, and I guess this is the highlight, really, of the whole setup. This is the diesel heater itself. Look at that. Yeah, got stuck to the bottle wrap. So yeah, it's a Guangzhou Mountain-Net Trading Company Limited diesel heater. This is a 3 kilowatt version. I got the 3 kilowatt version because it seemed like a nice thing between the 2 kilowatt and the 5 kilowatt version, and that was probably the extent of my thinking on that. So yeah, nice little compact-ish unit. Doesn't seem too badly made. So the thing, of course, really to decide, I suppose, is where on earth are we going to put it? Now, when Chaz looked at our gas, he recommended that we disconnect and strip out the gas heater there. So I guess there'll be a hole there, so it could perhaps go there somehow. Obviously, when we're on the electric, we've got the little electric heater we can run. So that's one option. I was wondering though if we could fit it under this seat, and I'll show you why. So yeah, there we go. It's currently got the Carver water heater in it, and of course that's not really going to be moving anywhere. But I wondered if I fit it there, if I could get heat to come out into the van through there. Now there's a problem there already, in that bit slides out, doesn't it? So I might have to come out under the table. But if I could get it to go that way as well, then we could have heat in the bathroom too. Because it does get a little bit nippy in there when you're camping in the colder weather. See, there is space for it in there. I could jiggle about those water pipes and route them slightly differently. That wouldn't be too much of a problem. Or it could go sort of the other way round, couldn't it? Yeah, the issue then, of course, is where do you put the fuel tank? Now, unfortunately, the fuel tank is much too tall to go in that underseat locker. But do I have to use that fuel tank? Could I, for instance, use some other vessel? Obviously, it's got to be the right sort of material to contain the diesel. But if I could pick up something that was a tank that was smaller, that I could fit in that space, that might be quite neat, mightn't it? The other option might be to sling the fuel tank underneath the vehicle somehow. But then you've got to have access to fill it, so I'd probably have to cut a hole in the skirt around the edge. Not sure I fancy that. Yeah, don't know about that. Someone suggested possibly putting the fuel tank in the engine bay. It's a big tank actually. There's not that much space. I mean, the engine bay is not massively filled by any means, but I'm not sure I could find a space to tuck that fuel tank in that wouldn't cause problems elsewhere. They're my initial thoughts anyway. If you've got any thoughts on this or suggestions, or you've done this in an Autoquest 270 yourself, where did you put your diesel heater and your fuel tank? I guess the second preference is where that gas heater come out. Now I've also seen Smithy of the Smithy Contickies channel has bought a little special floor plate for putting through the floor when you mount these, so I might have to have a little look into that as well. So there's a bit to think about before we launch into this, I think. Right, well, it's the next morning, and I've been watching some videos on other people installing these diesel heaters, and I haven't seen a single person who hasn't got that nice digital controller. All I've got is the knob panel. I'm also totally missing any sort of installation instructions or anything. I might just email the seller and say, look, have you got a set of instructions? I'm pretty sure I know what to do, but it would be nice to have at least some form of instructions in there, wouldn't it? I've been looking at the sheet that come with the controller, and it does seem to have all the functions. It's got sort of a priming function, temperature adjustment, on and off, so I think it'll be fine. I mean, I'm not that bothered about having a sophisticated panel. I just want to know that I've got everything I need to make it work. So yeah, there we go. It does seem to have, as I say, it's got the priming function there. It's got temperature adjustment and on and off. So really, I suppose, what more do you need? It's got a few little fault codes there as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and order one of those turret plates so I can put it through the insulated floor here. And yeah, press ahead perhaps. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Give the like button a press. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more.